It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll see the Barons burner at wide receiver, closing in on 1,000 yards receiving on the year. It's the Barons and the Texans, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 23.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Brooklyn Barons and the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. It's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong. Meanwhile, for Brooklyn, our visitors, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And a glance here at the vet. He's got a lot of years under his belt in the National Football League.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one.
Throwing to start the drive. Brewer. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Woodard. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll go option to the short side. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down. Back to throw. Brewer. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
5 yards from the end zone, 1st and goal. Now a handoff up the middle. Woodard, and he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. His 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, Now in his 5th year at quarterback.
And there's a word that constantly gets thrown around with this guy when you talk to anyone in the building. Potential. They are sky high on what they believe he can grow into in the role of a starting quarterback. In addition, there are plenty around the league who think that as well. And years from now, he can still be leading this offense out.
And they'll start out here with a jet sweep. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
First down, Barons.
He'll drop to throw. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 14. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 10 more there and another first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. They'll try to run this one in. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. What a stand so far defensively. And now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. A choice to make. You're on the road. You're going to take the 3. You're so close to the end zone. Well, you know what the book says. You know, that mythical book about what to do in certain situations. Road team, it says be aggressive. Go get a touchdown. Don't play for a field goal. I say keep that book open and do it. And his kick is indeed good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a conservative decision there, but it does put him on the board. And I know the players hate it and the coaches hate it, but sometimes you just got to take the points when they're there. Sometimes a field goal is pretty darn good. This fielded right at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. Well, the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Yeah, this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the first down right near the 24. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. And they'll send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 17. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And the Texans will take over. Houston set to take over. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. 36 yards on the punt with no return. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Right back to him on first down. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now. It's Brooklyn in possession. 2nd and 11 at the 41. 2nd and 11. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. Now back to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And that will bounce out of bounds before they can get a return going.
And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
The drive will start with an option going left. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. The Texans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's taken on the 25. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Looking to throw.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Well, they bring their punter out there now as he's on here to punt it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
The Texans offense set to regain possession.
Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Brewer. And they're able to get this one across the 35. His first catch, good for 14 there and a 1st down.
Not too many teams will use a first-round pick on a tight end, so you know that when one does, he's got to be pretty darn special.
A small example of why they took him in the 1st round there. Nice little catch and run to get the good yardage. They'll run on 1st down.
Woodard. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
To throw on 2nd down. Brewer. He's got a man. That's it's caught. Left sideline. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll try the left side. Woodard. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. The running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. On 2nd down, Woodard. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. To throw on 3rd down, Brewer. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him, but even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. We'll leave him shy of the 20-yard line.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense.
Just a lone field goal for him so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
50 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Roughing the passer. Defense. That's not good enough, man.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Following the penalty, they'll go back to the run game. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
They'll drop to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Barons are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are even at 10 apiece. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
And now out comes Houston. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. Woodard. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
This offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Up the middle they go. Woodard. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Woodard.
And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that, as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun. Brewer. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. First down now, but that clock rolling. Looking to throw. Brewer. It's caught on the right side, Brown. It's hurry-up mode time for the Texans, hustling up to the line. Now this throw caught left side. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Back to throw again. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Brewer. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This from 54 yards away. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
This offense back to work now late in this first half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
What a quick start to the drive, but not for the team that really needed it. In only a few seconds, the opposing QB found himself on the turf, and the defense is celebrating 2nd and long.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They'll throw now on the final play. A quick throw, but incomplete. So we have reached halftime here in a good one. 10-10.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3.
And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. And this offense set to go now to begin the 3rd quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Back to throw here. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give him credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And on now is the punter, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the 2nd half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start out here with the option left. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw. Brewer. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? They're going to look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover it? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Well, come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll look to throw again. And he's got his big wide receiver complete.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
I like the fact that they didn't overcomplicate things on that call. 3rd and 2. Just run the quick little hitch, which they did. Ball's out of quarterback's hands. And yes, indeed, they pick up the first down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 42-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
They'll set up to throw, and they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. They'll set up a throw. Flush to his right, and he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. So they bring out their punter. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
Throwing to start the drive. Brewer. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
To number 88. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2. At the 14-yard line.
They'll go option to the short side, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
From the gun on 3rd down. Brewer trying to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Here's 2nd and 8. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Flush, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Now, how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz, and the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. He'll look to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 25-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Holding offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And he'll be stopped short of the first down right around the 18-yard line. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Nice job understanding the situation. 3rd and long, kept the play in front of them and made the tackle. They gave up a good chunk of yardage, but it does force a 4th down.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10.
Well, a close game like